Ms. Pegg, thank you for being willing to share the story of what we just experienced. This is really a very unique and amazing experience that we just shared together.
Yes.
So we go back many, many years, correct?
Yes.
I can't even remember how many years, 10, 12?
Oh, at least.
At least. Okay. And this is Harry, by the way. Everybody meet Harry. And Ms. Pegg is going through a lot of stress right now. Her husband is very ill with Alzheimer's and dementia, and you have a son that's very ill up north.
Yes.
And you're trying very, very hard to get home. And through a myriad of circumstances, you were supposed to leave last week, right?
Yes, it was.
And it didn't happen yet.
No.
And so you came in today because Harry suddenly wasn't feeling right. He was hiding underneath couches, and he's eating and drinking, and he's peeing and he's pooing, but he just wasn't right.
He just wasn't right. He laid down, he wouldn't move or nothing. He just like he didn't have no energy at all.
Okay. And so I did a physical exam on Harry, and everything was physically normal. But when I tested him emotionally, he was so distraught. He had a lot of anxiety, fear. Fear was the biggest component that we actually tested. And so I did an energy clearing on Harry for fear. And I also made some flower essences for Harry, which I muscle tested. And I'll read what those are in a minute. They're amazing. But then the next thing I did was actually addressed where that fear was coming from. Because Harry was actually training his fear from his mom.
Yeah.
So when we started out, your anxiety and fear level was on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, nothing, 10 being max.
Yes.
Was a
10.
Like maybe 10 plus. It was
yeah,
pretty high.
I was. It could have been 15.
And we did something called EFT. We did a tapping experience. Ms. Pegg, had you ever done tapping before?
Never, ever.
I warned her. I said, Ms. Pegg, you got to trust me. You're going to feel silly. You're going to look silly. And we're going to be tapping on these acupuncture points, but you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
And your stress went down, or your fear rather, went down to a level
2.
Okay. And when we started out, bless her heart, she was just crying. It was You were really, really upset.
I was a mess.
Yes, you were. And so we got it down to a 2.
Right.
And then we did a different technique called the Sedona technique, and we got you down to a
0.
An absolute 0. The coolest part after that was all of a sudden Harry, who had been very lethargic and very depressed, started jumping around and playing on the floor.
Like he always does.
He was jumping on my leg, and his tail was up, and he was wagging, and we'll get a little video of him.
And you could just see his little eyes were just sparkling.
It was instantaneous.
It was a miracle.
When Miss Pegg went to a 0, Harry went back to being normal.
Yes, he did. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Because I thought this dog was so sick. I thought, I know Marley, he's bad. You know, I really did think he was bad. Yeah. But I just can't believe it, Marley. It's wonderful.
So he looks fantastic and is jumping around happy. And how about you?
I am too. If I could jump around, I would.
I love you, Miss Pegg.
Yeah, I love you
Thank
too.
you for sharing that story with everybody.
I love you. You know I do.
So I'm going to read to you the different flower essences that Harry had tested for. So the first one was Cherry Plum, which restores calmness and control. The second one he tested for was Horsey. It is for it remedies despondency and hopelessness, which that was Miss Pegg sitting there the whole time. She was feeling pretty miserable. And it restores perseverance, endurance, and vitality. The third one he tested for was Mustard. Remedies depression that descends for no apparent reason, and it restores serenity and dispels gloom. Again, those were just big issues that Miss Pegg was having. And the last one was Willow, and it remedies maliciousness and sulkiness, restoring good temper. And what was interesting about that was, with your husband going through dementia, there are times where he gets a little bit testy.
Yes, he does.
And so every single one of those essences that we tested for that were for Harry were actually applicable to what he's experiencing energetically within your household, isn't it?
Right, definitely.
So we tested Miss Pegg against that flower remedy, and it was very strong for you too.
Yes, it was,
Yeah.
definitely. And it just, I feel so much better now. I do, sweetie. And thank you so much.
I love you.
I love you too, and I just thank you.
So if you were to say something to people out in the audience who have pets, who are going through a lot of emotional hardship and a lot of anxiety or fear or whatever they're going through, is there any pearls of wisdom that you could share, something that you would encourage them if they feel like there's no hope?
Oh, I would try
The techniques?
techniques that you are doing, because it's wonderful.
So find a practitioner, somebody who does
Somebody that does
EFT
this.
or Sedona method, or who does energy work. Almost any kind of energy work would be helpful.
Yes, I would really recommend it. I mean, it's just, you just sit here for not hours and hours.
It took us about 5 minutes.
That's right.
5 minutes and it turned your world around.
That's right.
Very powerful. Thank you
I
very
think
much.
I can hire it. I can handle this now.
Good. All right, we can always tap on the phone too.
Okay, if you don't, that's right.
Come
Gotcha.
on, Harry. Come here.
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Harry.
Let's go.
Come on, Harry.
Come on.
Now, guys, you can't even imagine. Harry didn't lift his tail. He wasn't moving. He was just hiding. Come here, Harry. Come on, he's looking at Mom. Come here, buddy. Come on.
No,
Come on.
He would just
Come
lay.
on.
He'd go behind the chair and just lay there, not moving, not doing nothing.
And this was just a few minutes of emotional work on Mom,
Yeah.
and I did clear him too.
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Harry.
He wants to go.
Okay. He's ready to go, but he's wagging
You
his
wanna
tail,
go?
and he's crying, and
You good boy. Yes, you are. You want her
Harry.
to come to me.
Harry, come on,
Where are you?
come on. Yeah.